Hey there, welcome to your How Does He or She Feel About Me spread, pick a card reading. It isn't a month specific, it could be for any time, but we are doing this reading in November 2019. So yes, it could apply to this month or it could apply to the time that you're watching this. So we've got deck 1 with the amethyst, we've got deck 2 with the flower, and we have got deck 3 with the shell. So go ahead and take a moment to see which decks you resonate with most. Okay, so you may want to pause the video and actually look at the cards, and as you look at each deck, take note of the feeling of resonance that you get with each, and that will probably give you a clear indication as to which one is for you. So, okay, that being done, I'm going to go ahead and start the reading for deck 1. So we have here, okay, so what they really are attracted to with you. It may be your innocence when it comes to love, your the fact that you maybe take steps in love quite seriously, and therefore really take the time to find out and see if someone is compatible with you. It may be that they like that you don't mind taking it slow, that you don't mind flirting, that you're quite playful, and that although you take relationships maybe seriously, you see the courting phase as a fun experience and just a way to kind of lightly get to know each other without too much pressure. So it's like you understand the seriousness of relationships, so that's why you don't jump into them. You really enjoy the kind of time that enjoy the getting to know each other phase, and the kind of non-pressured kind of energy around that, not putting pressure on the other person. And also the fact that maybe you are looking for love at the moment. They may like that you're putting yourself out there, that you're having fun with the idea as well, and that maybe you're quite a grounded person. They may quite like that about you, and that your intentions are pure. It could also be your youthfulness as well. There could be an age difference, or maybe just your kind of young at heart kind of perspective when it comes to love, and your optimism around that. Okay. So Spirit's advice is the tribe. So yeah, this could be more of a friendship situation here as well. Yeah, so Spirit wants to let you know that the person that you're dealing with, you may have a past life connection with. This may be kind of a karmic bond, or you're part of the same soul group, or part of the same friendship group, the same circles as well. But there definitely is, I think, a strong feeling of a good friendship, I think, between you two. And they quite like that. That's reiterated in the Page of Cups. And Spirits wants to let you know that maybe you are with someone that's a lot like you, or that you're on a similar path. And that you may have even agreed to this connection before you even came onto this physical plane. Okay, I'm seeing a hotel as well here. I'm also seeing birds of a feather flock together. Yeah. So there's definitely something that you both really have kind of in common here. You maybe both have the similar goals when it comes to relationships. I think you're dealing with two like-minded individuals here. Okay, let's make some more space. Okay. Hope you can still see the cards. So we've got spiritual advice saying the mature woman. We've got spiritual growth here as well as to what the obstacle is. And then we've got triangle as to what brings you together. Other people's opinions. I think it's the group, to be honest with you, even though it says triangle here, the image that's portrayed here is that what brings you together is that you share friends, you have mutual friends, you have very similar interests, you're part of the same kind of groups. Even if it's just a case of you both like astrology, or you're both passionate about that, or you both are passionate about cooking, or there's something that you have in common. Now, the challenge that you have here is the spiritual growth card. So you both met each other, I think. Yeah, so basically, yeah, you've met each other and it's kind of been a bit of a catalyst to your spiritual growth. And that might be why it feels karmic. Again, it's like you've been brought together here to kind of be a catalyst for each other's kind of spiritual growth. And the mature woman is the advice here. You're being asked to handle this in a mature way. And even though it's the Page of Cups, the word mature came out more than anything when I was describing that card. So that definitely is Spirit's advice to you, that this situation is maturing you. So I think it could be a case as well, yeah, this person may see you and really like the fact that you're quite innocent. And Spirit wants to let you know that actually this person may, this relationship will actually maybe take away a bit of that innocence and give you some more experience that puts you in more of the kind of mature woman energy, where I think you are owning your sexuality more. You're owning you're more maybe independent. You're able to love yourself maybe with more compassion, more radically as well. But I think they do see you on a spiritual and emotional journey here with the Page of Cups, that you're embarking on something new here when it comes to your emotional life. And Spirit wants you to know that it's going to be maturing you into someone that kind of holds their own in a situation, or in love even more so. So then we've got the wallflower for the lessons that you're learning. Again, yeah, I think they like the fact that maybe you're a bit shy. Again, not wanting to take your time with the situation. Wanting, maybe you are even a bit hesitant to jump into anything, and that you like to kind of keep things light. They like that, they recognize that, they see that you're on a journey. And the wallflower card here would suggest that that's what you're learning about. Learning to kind of maybe put yourself into situations that aren't maybe necessarily the most comfortable. So really embarking on that journey and discovery of love, getting out of your comfort zone. And I think this person likes the fact that you are stepping out, you're trying it out, even if it is not, you're in more of a, not, I wouldn't say superficial, but a more light-hearted way. You're not jumping into anything, but you are learning here to get yourself out of any sort of rut and to put yourself out there, to love yourself, to hold your own and become a more confident person, especially when it comes to dating. They're learning about communication. So yeah, again with the Page of Cups here, I think they're learning, maybe you're a very good communicator, and they're also learning the power of communication here. There's probably a lot of communication between you two. And I think this person is enjoying the time of actually communicating and getting to know each other, like I keep saying. That's what they do seem to like, and that's what they're learning that they like as well, that you are wanting to take it slow, you are wanting to get to know them better before you jump into anything. Yeah. And then we've got family for how you see them, and we've got past love for how they see you. So they may see you as someone who has a past, in the past has had a broken heart, and you are healing from that. And they do see, you know, the scales kind of falling away around, or the scabs even maybe falling away from this broken heart, or this protection that you've been putting up around your heart is now kind of being broken up, and you're making yourself more vulnerable in love as well. But this does create spiritual growth, and this will be a challenge. There may be, you know, a lot of kind of ups and downs as you're going through this process between you and this person, you know, because, you know, you may pull back, then you may come forward, because there is this element of you being shy and a bit hesitant because you take relationships quite seriously, or you don't want to get hurt like you have maybe been in the past. But I think they respect you for at least, you know, giving it a go. And then we've got family here for how you see them. So again, I think you do see them like they are your tribe. They know your family, they know your friends, or there is some circles that you're in. This, you know, you do see this person as part of your soul group, your soul family, and someone that I feel you think you can trust as well. So yeah, it's looking pretty good for you. I'm thinking, should I pull another card? No, I think that's it. Yeah, I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to read from the book for the tribe. So it says here, community, belonging, being seen and understood by others, like-minded connections, a sense of family and friendship, knowing your place in the world. Yeah, so you are kind of starting to know your place in the world, I think. And I think they're enjoying seeing you kind of go through this process. And maybe what brings you together is the fact that you aren't so committed so quickly, that you are keeping your options open, not making any major commitments, but you're just kind of putting yourself out there. It says you're discovering the essential qualities that you share with another, and perhaps also those you don't share. There are times when you follow and the other person leads, and times when you lead and the other person follows. The appearance of this card points to the importance of learning the proper dance between you and another. Accepting the truth that everyone has flaws is part of that dance. Yet you are also being asked to be aware of the dynamics that you don't want to repeat. You are in a perfect place to make changes in order to experience the best version of who you can be together. So yeah, that's the reading. I'm going to go ahead onto deck number 2. Okay, so what they find most attractive about you is the King of Swords. So they like the fact that you are very intelligent, maybe very well read, maybe, you know, very educated, maybe you hold a position of authority as well, that you are maybe a good business person, that you are quite strategic, the fact that you are maybe not so emotionally driven, but you're able to kind of balance, you know, manage your emotions in a way and not let them take precedence over your strategy or over what you're thinking. That you're able to channel a lot of your passions into strategy. So they maybe see you as quite ambitious as well, and a good communicator. They may also see you as fair, but they also may like the fact that you're quite blunt and you say it how it is, and that you're quite a good communicator, and maybe as well that you're maybe a leader in some way as well, very confident. They like your maturity and the fact that you've overcome maybe a lot of obstacles and it's only made you stronger, kind of thing. Yeah, and then we've got truth be told. So they do like your honesty. And Spirit would say to you here that the overall advice would be for you to to be honest about how you feel as well. If you're going to be brave enough and blunt enough to say when you see something wrong or unjust, it may also be a challenge for you, or this, the universe, the spirit may be asking you to also be as honest as well about how you feel. And I think that you're able to be honest about how you feel, to be honest with the King of Swords here, without feeling so vulnerable. You're kind of more matter of fact, like, yeah, this is how I feel about you, and that's okay. You're not shy about it. You're just very blunt and honest and open. And again, not emotionally overwhelmed or overly sensitive as well. And that you're very, very honest. Yeah. So more communication, gossip. So they may like that you stand up for the truth. Again, you don't care what other people think. You're very intelligent, so you're a very kind of mind over matter person. So it could be that a lot of people may be gossiping about your relationship for whatever reason, but you're quite good at creating arguments that completely dismiss all the negative things that are being said. Like, you may really make these people look stupid. Like, for instance, why would you even have waste time focusing on my life when you've been given a whole life of your own? Like, what does that say about you? And it's kind of like that. You may be very good at flipping things over their head onto its head, and nullifying, these negative kind of gossipy people. The challenge is friendship. So maybe there is a challenge of friendship here. Maybe there are other people that have strong opinions that are close to the both of you, or maybe you, that may be causing challenges. Sorry. But yeah, it may be that getting to know each other on a more emotional level is kind of a challenge. Really connecting and creating that bond. Maybe they like the fact that you're quite King of Swords and you can detach and not get emotionally involved with things, but at the same time, the challenge is keeping that balance. That's why the truth be told is here as well as being honest about everything else. You maybe also need to be honest about your feelings towards this person. If you're brave enough to do that, then also show your braveness in your ability to be vulnerable and not fall short there in your honesty. But yeah, again, it could just be friends around you that have got opinions on the relationship, and that's a challenge as well, kind of keeping everyone happy in a sense. What brings you together is the young female. It is the sexual element, the honesty. Again, I'm seeing honesty here. Again, I see you maybe as being quite detached. You may be the type that's very in touch with their sexuality, very able to say what they want when they want, not really afraid of people calling you, shaming you for your honesty when it comes to your sexuality. So yeah, again, it's really, I feel, your energy that really seems to kind of keep it together, because this person, I think, is so attracted to you. There's a big attraction, lots of passion, lots of sexuality here. And I think it's just the sheer cheek of things, the complete disregard for other people and what they have to say. Again, it's like you two may be stepping out and not caring what people say. Actually kind of is a strength that you have and brings you together. Maybe makes you closer. You may rely on each other more. You may feed off each other's kind of nonchalant, maybe more kind of a F you, you know, to the naysayers. It might actually be a turn on for both of you. So what you're learning about is karma. So you're learning about the results of your actions, and you're seeing the cause and effect of things. So yeah, you're kind of, you could be dealing with some sort of backlash when it comes to this relationship, and you're kind of learning about how your actions, yeah, are, you know, affect outcomes, and you're accepting that. I think you're accepting that there is a price to be paid for everything. You know, everything comes at a price. Honesty, as much as you know, as much as you may want to be honest, and it is often the best policy, does come with its price. So you may be more strategic, maybe in the future, possibly, about how you deliver your truth, who you deliver it to, and the way you go about it. You may just, I think you're learning lessons around certain approaches that you've taken in the past or leading up to this point. Because maybe in an ideal world, you would just be able to, you know, be happy without the gossip of friends. So maybe you are thinking, okay, maybe I could have handled this a bit differently. Maybe I could have just not told anyone, or you know, accepted the truth myself without having to tell everyone else, you know. And that probably would have been enough too. Was it really necessary for me to make sure everyone knew my truth, you know? So yeah. So we've got courting man, your partner. They're learning how to court you. They're learning how to, yeah, I guess get your attention. How to be an upstanding gentleman in a way, doing the right thing. Again, there's a flirtatious energy here. I'm actually going to read from the book for that one. Let's see what the book has to say for courting man. So it says, a man about town, a worldly gentleman, man available for dating or currently dating, a man interested in dating you. If you are a man, then it will probably be you. So yeah, I guess they're kind of, again, this whole worldly thing, they're more exposed to the world. There's a kind of maturing, a kind of growing up, an ownership of your beliefs and your own truths. I think for the both of you, is happening here, standing up for what you believe in and kind of facing the world and saying, look, this is who I am, or this is who I want to be with. Yeah, that could be happening here, especially for your person, putting themselves out there, making themselves known that they do want to be with you, not being shy about it and being open about it. So then we've got the beauty queen. They could be learning how to court you as well, learning how to actually do the whole romantic thing and get to know you and things like that. So the beauty queen here is how you see them, and the brunette female is how they see you. It's interesting. So you both see each other as very attractive. This could be two women. We've got two women here again. So it could be that, and it is this female energy that brings you together. So for a lot of you, it could be that the truth be told is that you are in a same-sex relationship. In this reading, it's definitely pointing to two females, or two women, I should say, two ladies. Being in a relationship here, and I feel that there's a strong attraction between you two. You know, you see them as the beauty queen, they see you as quite you know, attractive, alluring, sexy, maybe even slightly innocent, but I'm seeing as well with that innocence, that complete honesty of not really caring what other people think and being willing to be vulnerable, I guess, and exposed in a sense in terms of what you want. It's like I feel that they see you as you having your eyes set only on them or only on one particular goal and not worried about other people. Or maybe this is vice versa. Maybe that's how you see them as well. And you see them as the beauty queen, beautiful. And again, this exposure, putting yourself out there, owning your sexuality, you know, yeah. Mm, yeah. So I'm going to move on to deck number 3. Okay, so this would be the shell. So what does this person like the most about you or the most attracted to? Is your King of Cups energy. So your ability to be mature when it comes to your emotions, this is what they find most attractive about you. That you are very loving, you are very gentle, you are very caring, that you are reliable, that you have a good emotional intelligence, that you're sensitive. They may even like the fact that that maybe you're a father or you're kind of a father figure, have a very kind of protective, caring, gentle nature about you, and very kind. Yeah, I think they like that you're not hypersexual in any way, or you're not, you're very much in your, take, I think, love quite seriously. And probably, only date one person at a time, and that you take things very seriously, and slowly maybe as well. So Spirit's advice is chaos and conflict. So it could be that the King of Cups can also be someone who does hide things sometimes, who isn't overly expressive with their emotions. And this image here on the Chaos and Conflict card does suggest that there's this element of reveal as well. So Spirit could be asking you maybe to, at least with this person, go ahead and kind of express yourself. Be open, show who you really are. Talks about change as well, chaos and conflict. It could be that there is like a lot of change happening at the moment, and this person really likes that you are not becoming over emotional, but still kind of keeping your head in this situation, or at least keeping things in a good, keeping a good perspective, and keep making love a priority out of all of this, and focusing on love. So yeah, there could be a lot of changes happening at the moment for you. With the 33 card as well, for me, it always talks about the mind, body, and soul connection. So I feel that with all the changes that could be happening around you, it's quite important to have those elements of yourself balanced, and you're taking care of yourself with regards to your health, your body, your mind, and your soul. And the King of Cups is very much about that, very nourishing, very interested in the well-being of themselves and the people around them, that nourishment that may be needed. But I feel like you may feel like you're able to be yourself around this person, maybe in some way. So we've got past life, what Spirit wants to let you know. So this is the past life connection. The challenge is the true gem. What brings you together is a short-term situation. Then we've got the union, what you're learning about. We've got a young man, what they're learning about. We've got true love for how you see them. And we've got dark male for how they see you. So they may see you as a more Scorpio type. Very sexy. They're learning about the young male. Learning maybe about, I think that, okay, it's all kind of come together a little bit now. So I think you're wanting a serious relationship. And they like the fact that you know what you want and that you're someone that they can rely on. However, I feel that they are still going through their own changes in terms of maturity, accepting the fact that this is a blessed union. That you are a true gem. I think it's a challenge for the both of you at this time, and maybe even more so for your partner, to have a long-term relationship. I think that they've realized that they found someone that is a true gem, but that now means they have to change. They have to stop, they found someone that's actually worthwhile. Maybe they weren't really looking for it, or maybe they just kind of stopped believing in love to a point, and they just thought, you know what, I'm going to just have fun. I don't really think love exists, or I don't really feel I'm going to meet someone that actually knows what love is and that I can rely on. And then you came along, and you were reliable, and you were emotionally balanced and mature. And I think they're now kind of in this state of conflict and chaos and conflict within themselves, as to having to all this time have maybe had a mask of, I'm a young male or I'm a young female. I'm just, living my life and having fun with whoever kind of crosses my path. And, now they're like, okay, I've met someone who is sexy, fun, emotionally balanced, intelligent, ticking all the boxes basically. And that's a challenge, that they found a true gem, someone that has the total package that that from their perspective, And I think you already recognize them. And I think as well, it's the commitment that you're offering them. It's the commitment that you're offering them that also raises your value in their eyes as well. The fact that you are ready for true love and a union, and that's how you see them. Their challenges is, accepting that, I think. And also it may be a challenge as well for you to, although this is probably only for some of you, but to actually recognize your own self-worth as well. Even if this person does decide that, okay, do you know what, I'm not quite ready for this chaos and conflict, this change, this expression of who I really am, or really getting back to who I am. Like there is a challenge there for them. Sorry, I lost my train of thought there. But I feel what they really do want is a long-term relationship. That's what I'm getting here. But they're having to really be honest with themselves, I think, about this before the relationship can move forward. Maybe what's keeping you together as well is the fact that there isn't, you're not applying pressure to this person. With the King of Cups, it's like someone who would not apply pressure. That's very good at kind of getting the other person to kind of just naturally find their way and open up, and find their way to them by being emotionally available, by being understanding and being patient. And I think that's also helping the situation. Okay, also, I think Spirit wants to let you know that this is only going to be, it's not going to be this way for long, that it will be a short-term situation in terms of this transition this person is going through is short-term. Okay, so that's what you've got going for you. And they see you as very, very sexy, very, very attractive. Like, you may have the full package, like they can't take their eyes off you. They're very attracted to you. And with past life being Spirit's advice, that there is a past life connection here. Or maybe that there's been, maybe this is an ongoing thing. Maybe this is a relationship that's been going for some time. And I think Spirit's saying only a short time now before this chaos and conflict that this person is experiencing is brought to a conclusion. But yeah, they are, I think, going through a transition. And like I said, I think that what they really want is someone who could, handle the kind of love that they were interested in. And now they've met you, they're having to kind of re-strategize, or kind of maybe change themselves as a person in order to accept this gift of love and union that you're offering. Because with the Union card here, that's what you're learning about. That's how you're growing, I think, is about this commitment through thick and thin. I'm getting here as well, possibly. But again, Spirit wants you to know that it is a short-term problem. Okay. All right, so that's the reading. Hope you enjoyed it. I'll speak to you again next time. All right, bye. Love you all.